Hello, Clover Park School District families. I want to take a few minutes and acknowledge the students who submitted a project in this year's 100% virtual district STEM fair. We were one of the only districts in the South Puget Sound to host a STEM fair this year. From testing which raw sugars produce the largest sugar crystals to programming a chatbot who verbally responds to public safety questions on COVID-19, Clover Park School District students dreamed big and discovered many scientific and engineering solutions that addressed problems all around us. We also had more than 100 artistic submissions to this year's STEM Fair art contest. I am always so amazed at how creative you all are and how skilled you must be to fit your science idea into a tiny 6-inch square box. This year's theme, STEM in My Home, provided a focus on the background of your art projects. We loved getting a glimpse into your homes. Again, congratulations to all of you who won and everyone who participated. Thank you, and remember, we are better together.
Have you ever wanted to make rock candy like this? My name is Charles. I go to Beechwood Elementary. I'm in 2nd grade and I made an experiment for the STEM science fair. So I used 4 kinds of sugars: raw sugar, powdered sugar, white sugar, and brown sugar. So all I did was I just got the sugars. I put water I put a water in it, and then I put the sugar in. I put it on the stove and I cooked it for a few minutes. I had to store it up till the sugar all dissolved, and then I just put it in this bowl. You have to wait about 30 to 90 minutes if you're gonna want it to cool. If it takes less, good job. But after all that, it was worth it. So now let's go to the first one. The first one is raw sugar, and it has a lot of crystallization on the stick. Kind of looks like a honeycomb a little. So I would say that's a pretty good one. Then we got powdered sugar. It didn't really do that well. You see, when we stored it, it just dissolved. So it's not that good. Then we have brown sugar. Brown sugar, you can see a little bit of crystallization, but only a little bit. If I left it out for another month or so, it might be a little done. But I'm not doing that because the science fair is not a month. So then the last one, the best one, white sugar. It looks very similar to the one we bought at the store. Just the other one's bigger and a different color. So if I was going to, I learned to, if I was ever gonna make more of these, not for the science fair, I was just gonna use white sugar probably, because I don't know everything behind it, but it just makes good rock candy. I don't know why. So
hello, my name is Tice Roxy Williams, and I am 6 years old in Miss Carol's kindergarten class.
Okay, what did you claim you found out in your investigation project?
I found out that water would not make my volcano erupt, and I figured out that vinegar would.
What evidence do you have that supports your findings?
That what supported my finding is that I figured out that water would not make it erupt and that vinegar would,
How did you find that out?
because I used baking soda and water and that did not work, and I used baking soda and vinegar and that did work.
Why or how does the evidence support your claim? How do you know that?
Because I tried it and I figured it out.
How did you try it?
I used two volcanoes, and one was blue and the one was blue with water and the other was red with vinegar.
What was your project?
My project is Earth's structure.
And what was the question?
The question was what the Earth would look like on the inside.
And what did you find out in your investigation?
I found out that there are actually 4 layers.
Can you tell me about the layers?
There's the crust, the mantle, the outer core, and the inner core.
And can you tell me about the crust?
The crust is 525 miles thick.
And what else?
It's also the perfect temperature for humans to live.
And how about the next layer?
The next layer is the mantle.
What can you tell me about that?
Well, it's actually rock solid, but not completely hard.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What else can you tell me about it?
Well, it flows very slowly.
What can you tell me about the next layer?
The next layer is the outer core.
Yes, what can you tell me about the outer core?
Well, it makes a magnetic field and it protects us from the sun and its power.
What else?
Well, there's iron in it, and it makes the magnetic field.
All right, what can you tell me about the last layer?
The last layer is the inner core.
What can you tell me about the inner core?
The inner core is actually 1,500 miles thick.
Yeah? What else?
It's hotter than the sun's surface, like another Fahrenheit.
Is it hard or liquid?
Hard,
Why is it hard?
because
know?
of all the pressure from the other layers.
And how did you find out all this information?
The things I know so far how to get this information and what is that was watching YouTube videos making his mom go upstairs and digging a hole.
What did you find out when you were digging your hole?
I figured out that you can't actually get to the Earth's core just by digging a huge hole.
Why not?
Well, it's way too deep.
Yeah? The core is too deep?
Yeah.
Is that the only reason?
I don't think it's the only reason. Another reason is that the other layers are way too hot to even touch.
So we just have to stay on top of the crust. Is that right?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Panda. I am in Miss Hickson's third grade class in Tilcombe Elementary. My project is rainbows. I learned different colors change your mood. I also learned that light bends when it changes materials. That's what makes rainbows. You can make rainbows a lot of ways. I learned the best way to do it is with a prism in a white box with a flashlight. This is best because you can see that I can see the most rainbows because the light from the sun isn't always bright enough. The dark inside the box makes the rainbow stand out on the white paper. The evidence supports this because this way I saw rainbows, and the most I saw with other methods was 7. I measured the success by how many rainbows I counted with each method. This method made the most rainbows, so it is the best. I think it's really cool that some technology he also use it is light bending like microscopes. This was a very fun project.
So I was trying to see which treat is the best, but I didn't get what the treat was the best because cats have different tastes. So never look up on the internet what the best treat will be. It'll be on the internet. I'll never do that because all cats have different tastes. They all like different treats. So I got a key here. He is trying to get him to see it face. His name is Thunder, and his results is the first one he tried is Temptations. Second was Frisky. Third was Fancy Feast. Fourth was Blue Wilderness. And fifth was Imes. And last was Commune 1. The second city we have is Super Key. Okay. We did get show him, but his results, his name was Super Key, and his results were actually pretty weird. His results was he did Permine 1 first, Earth, one. He did Permine one first. Fancy second, Frisky's third, and he did not try Blue Wilderness or Temptations ever.
My name is Madeline Salas. My project is erosion and plants. I'm in second grade. My school is Idlewild. So my problem is which soil holds the most water for plants to grow. I think the Washington soil holds more water than sand or clay because it rains a lot already in Washington. The clay soil eroded the least because it was very chunky. The Washington soil and sand eroded the same, but they mixed differently. The Washington soil mixed the most with the water. The Washington soil is when it expands when it rains, mixed better with the water than sand or clay. This is good for flowers and seeds because they need the right amount of water to grow. Erosion works better on smaller pieces of soil. The clay soil had large chunks in it. Next time I will the soil, sand, and clay in a container with small holes and filter at the bottom of the holes to see how much water falls into the jar underneath. Then I will see how much water each one actually holds. I think the Washington soil will hold the most again.
Hi, my name is Colton Benjamin, and in my investigation, I found out that, yes, you can make ice cream in a bag using any household salts. The evidence I have that supports my findings is that, well, they all make ice cream. Some salts are better than others, and that the kosher salt was supposed to be the best, but the iodized one was the best. The four salts were kosher salt, iodized salt, Melian pink salt, and sea salt. The evidence that supports my claim because each test produced successful ice cream. I know this is the truth because I used the table to help me record answers of the 6 characteristics of the ice cream, which are taste, look, didn't make ice cream, the texture, the firmness, and the reaction that the salt had with the ice. I had fun doing this project, and I hope you like it too.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and I did how to get gum out of carpet. So what I did was there was multiple trials, and on those trials I used 2 carpet and smushed it together. As I ran the trials, I saw what was happening during the trial. And what happened was on some of them was there was color changes, or they got slimy. And this soap worked the best. I think this soap was the best, just saying. And when I did that, I looked at why it was the best, and I saw because it was easy to peel, and it didn't, and I saw that also that the gum was kind of sticky, but not that much. What do you claim you found out in your investigation? I found that the dish soap works the best because the dish soap got all 100% and was easy to peel. What evidence do you have that will support your finding? On the graph, the dish soap was the highest. How does the evidence support your claim? The dish soap got all 100%. If you look back, you can see it was easy to peel. And if you look on the graph, it got all 100%, which it did, which means it was the best. And my hypothesis was that I think vinegar will work the best and it will not be sticky anymore. And I did 4 trials, and on the 4 trials was what I used different kinds of stuff, like for example dish soap. Peanut butter didn't work very much. Peanut butter was the least, and it was because, well, normally it didn't. There's stuff stick to the carpet, the gum just wouldn't come off, and I know why. I learned that the peanut butter was it was like a solid, and liquid is kind of what it got. But the other reason was that gum is attracted to oil, which means it spreads out to hunt for oil. So when you, like olive oil, it kind of was easy. And I also noticed that the gum coated let me re-explain this. The oil or dish soap or something that has oil in it coated that gum. Like there's hair that has oil, fabric that has oil, carpet that has oil, and they're like, ooh, oil. And it's like, I'm gonna go to sleep now because I found my oil. So you can go, wake up, boop, done. And it'll be easier. And also I learned that there's a lot of different ways to peel gum out of carpet, and I used multiple of them. The second was Goo Gone, and I like that. Also, my hypothesis was wrong because vinegar worked okayly, but it didn't work the best. And I had a good time doing this. And my hypothesis is wrong, but it is kind of right. So it's right and wrong, but mostly I think it was wrong. And that was the real thing. This show worked the best, and I had a fun time doing this experiment, and I hope you have fun doing yours. So, bye.
Hi, my name is Jalea, and I did the Mentos and Coke explosion. I used 2 flavors, mint or strawberry, to see which one made the highest explosion.
What'd you find?
I found out that mint makes the highest explosion.
What evidence do you have?
The evidence that I have that supports my findings are the measurements of each explosion.
How does that support your claim?
The evidence supports my claim because I did multiple experiments and mint had the highest explosion each time.
How do you know that?
I know this because mint had the highest explosion, measuring 13 inches high, whereas the strawberry flavor never measured past 10 inches. Bye, thanks for watching.
Hello, my name is Michaela Baker, and I'll be talking about my STEM Fair project. Ask, define a problem. The problem is a global virus called COVID-19. The coronavirus is an infectious disease that causes respiratory illnesses. The symptoms of COVID-19 are loss of taste or smell, sore throat, runny nose, nausea, diarrhea, and/or vomiting. Coronavirus has caused a global pandemic, which means an outbreak that affects many countries and people. Imagine, brainstorm possible solutions. Educational chatbot, websites. Too many inaccurate information found on websites on the internet. Informational flyers / posters. Not many people listen and follow rules. Planning out an investigation. I used the database called Dialogflow to create my own chatbot. I created a default fallback intent, which is a way for the chatbot to reply to a message for clarification. I did not get that. Can you say it again? Next, I inserted information into a default welcome intent, which is when the user says hello, then the chatbot will say hello back. I used Google Sheets for FAQ and integrated it into Dialogflow chatbot. I did this by copy and pasting the Google Sheets into the knowledge base page. This will automatically create a voiceover that repeats all FAQ answers. Construct your own solution. I checked if my chatbot works by downloading it onto a family member's phone. The results showed that it properly provides answers. Test how well the solution works. I think my chatbot is effective at giving information about COVID-19 because the user can ask questions involving the pandemic and receive understandable answers. For example, if you ask how to protect yourself from COVID-19, the chatbot will say, cover coughs and sneezes, clean to disinfect germs, and wear a mask in public areas. Make the solution better. I can make my chatbot better by letting it be used by everyone in the public. If everyone in the public uses my chatbot, they will be more informed about COVID-19. Here is my chatbot, and I will ask a question and it will give me an answer. How to prevent COVID-19.
Wear a mask over your nose and mouth, stay indoors, stay 6 feet apart, and avoid crowds of people.
Thank you.